I need a man who can love me. Love is a sovereignty. I take a good and plenty. We're sorting, we're loading, we're not for coding. What's up? I need to talk to you. You can't be what it is. So I don't want to watch it as to let them go. You can't be what it is. So I don't want them to walk around in that door. You can't be what it is. So it's not the way. Give me what I need. What you need, more in the way. Now process service. Take my body, my looks, make me touch them with fire. Now you got me feeling hot on someone else. I don't feel it right now. They can't go to all of my trust. She goes, that's why she say every time. Until the wallet is empty. Oh, okay, man. Tasha. Good morning, my people. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. They don't never say I slept. Today, I am not running. This week, I'm not running. I am rewarding myself all the sleepless nights and the practices. I'm just rewarding myself. I'm going to probably go to the gym. Kankubire Chris Fitness kubara bikamwari mu Gwanga tugende tukole muko. Tugende tusule muko mu cyuma. But thank you Morad K Momo. But today I am celebrating. I think we got victory in the Gymkhana yesterday and Saturday. I think we are one of the 2 or 3 cars that did not even knock over any cone, that did not miss a turn. We are one of 3 cars that had an outstanding performance with Gymkhana. Yeah. Now there are people who don't actually understand what Gymkhana is, so I'm going to go through it a little bit. I'm also going to go through a little bit of what I invested in that thing, and then I'll be telling you what actually motorsport entails and why most of the people that are in that game, if not rich already, should actually be rich. But I think we did well. Thank you guys for supporting yesterday's live broadcast. Yaganye, I think Corolla has signal jammers. I think Corolla has a lot of signal jammers, So yesterday the network was on and then totally off, on and then totally off, on and then totally off. Yeah, Corolla airstrip has a lot of security offices, CMI, CFI, all those things. It has a lot of security offices, and then it also has NIRA. So I think the multiple security offices can do whatever they want because it's security, yeah. So yesterday we could not broadcast as well as we did on Saturday, yeah. But we got videos, yeah. We got videos, and then we got some camera guy to come. He took some very nice shots of us, yeah. Yeah, so I'm happy. I was tired and happy. For days we were waking up at 4 a.m. to make sure that we know how to maneuver the cones. And what happened is that we were maneuvering with cones that had very small gaps. That's why the cones that were at the Gymkhana yesterday and Sunday were very easy for me, because my practice, I think we were doing about 5 meters. Those guys should have done 8 to 10 meters, I think. Probably they did 8 meters, and 8 meters for me was very big space. My practice was too small. I was doing with very tiny gaps doing when I was practicing. And then the only challenge I got was that I was practicing on soil. I got very few times that I could practice on tarmac. Yeah, so that's another challenge I got. Yeah, but good morning. Zas David Klaje Warabi, Chief VIP, Karota Uganda, Travel Live Vlog, Peter Chambade, Hasmat, Jonathan Semuanga, John's Info, Kambesi, Jesse Historical Mo Norman, Mukisa Emma Cafero, Paul Sema VIP, Pascolima VIP, bonsoir. Dasha 256 official, Morad K Momo, thank you for the money. Kangene ndi bulungi. Julia Sengoba, Igumba Jonathan, Moyombia Mark, Ivan Namanda. Good morning, my people. Abadi Mukamoli, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you're doing well. And I have 4 stories of inspection to share with you. The Auris, the Harrier, the Subaru Impreza, and what's that other car, and the Mark II Grand. So 4 cars inspection stories that I've not shared. 3 were on the same day, 1 was on a separate day. So I'm also going to be sharing those stories for you, yeah. But I hope you guys are doing well, yeah. Mukama Abakumye, I am okay. Now it's time for me to gym, and also work on the Love for Cars convention. Yesterday was the past 2 days were very fruitful. I find that participating in the Gymkhana made me connect with people that have wanted to connect with me, but we're finding it hard to connect with me. You get it? So I find that it was very good. Lawrence Omule, good morning. Ronald Muchwa, good morning. Yeah. So, Toke, I was very happy that you came with our Corolla Namukadevana. It was good, a good trick. You captured all people's attention indeed. Yeah, I think we did. I think it was a very good move to take the Corolla. It wasn't the planned move. Initially, someone gave me an N14. I was supposed to go with the N14, but then the auto show happened at the same time with the Ginger Rally. You know, the one that Wakataka won? I think Wakataka won, yeah? And the person that was giving me the N14 was supposed to also go attend the Ginger Rally. So when he told me he was supposed to attend the Ginger Rally, I tried to get other cars. While I was trying to get other cars, I was trying to say, Munyantwali, good morning. I was trying to get cars that were the same power like the cars that were in the Gymkhana. You know, I was competing with the ZX, which is a V6. Those were 2. I competed with, there was an Alteza, I think. There was a Subaru with engineer Ryan. And then I think there was a Mark X as well. And then there was an Infinite, which is the 2.5 as well. I think there were other Subaru Imprezas that were turbocharged 2 liters, yeah? So I was competing with very powerful cars. And then when I could not get a powerful car to match the ones that were already registered, I just decided, let me make the Corolla work. So I talked to my brother and I told him, you know what? I think we have to make this car work. So he had just overhauled his engine. And the very first 2 days, actually the very first day of practice, the engine smoked. Actually, it wasn't even on the first day of practice. my first attempt my first attempt at what do they call that thing? At drifting. My first attempt at drifting, the car smoked. I am telling you, my first attempt at drifting, the car smoked, which it had just been overhauled like 4 days ago. The car smoked. And so we went ahead, and then one of the troubles we got with our practice was that we could not get a place to practice. Most of the fields in Kampala, the owners have stopped cars from going there. Remember, most of the field, including Rubiri, driving school guys used to go there and practice from there, yeah? But then the Rubiri people were chased away from there, so people can no longer practice from there. We went to a number of fields that were near my office, and we could not get access. And then I did not think about the field there that was running in the beginning. So I went a very big distance, like 40 kilometers out of Kampala, and then we got a field. That's the place where we did our first practice from. And I think we were okay. So we did gaps of 3 meters in the beginning, and they were very small. And then we did gaps of 5 meters. Now, 5 meters, that's about, is it about 10 feet? 10 feet, yeah, 10 feet, about 10 feet. Is it? Yeah, I think it's 10 feet. So, and then I think the very first day excited us because I did very well. Yeah. And on soil, it's very easy for anyone to drift on soil. So when you see people drifting in sand, okay, in dry, just call it sand. It's very easy. Not like sand in the desert, but let's say on Maram, it's very easy to drift on Maram. So the first day we killed it, and then we could not go back the second day. And then I realized the tires were getting worn out very fast. So on the second day, I went and asked my landlord if I could, excuse me, if I could practice in our field, the one where I ran, and he said yes. And then I got busy with the inspections that I could not practice as much as I wanted. So we practiced, I think, about 1 day in that field, and you know, because we were doing very small distances, I used to knock the cones when we were practicing, about 2 or 3. And when I was practicing, we had very limited space because even in the field at my workplace, we were limited to the place where there was no grass. Yeah. So, but we did very well. And then we did not ask for the tarmac, the place where we parked. So what we had to do was that we had to wait for people to go away. So we would practice in like the first 2 days. We targeted to practice at around 1 a.m. when every car had left the parking lot. And the first day we were successful, everyone left and we practiced. And the handbrake wasn't very good. Now, most of the rest cars, if not all, have discs at the rear. Discs make it very easy for drifting. Drums, on the other hand, make it very hard because it's very hard for a mechanic or a technician to like time the brakes, the handbrake perfectly. We are using the same brakes for hand braking and for normal rear braking. So it's rare to find them being accurate. Yeah. So that's the other challenge we got. So drifting was a little bit hard on the tarmac. And then we were also practicing in a very small spot. For the people that have been to my office, that's like really small for drifting. No one can. No, I've not seen anyone drifting a sport space that small. Even at the Gymkhana, even at Corolla, no one. I've not seen even the best drifters that people have talked about have not been able to drift in a space as small as that. So the drifting was giving us challenge. And then day 2. We targeted to practice. Remember, I said I'm going to practice at night, and then the people did not get out of the parking lot up to around 2 a.m. So I just went home and did not practice. And then the next couple of days were full of inspections, so I did not practice. But then on Friday, I think that was Friday, I was able to wake up and practice. We practiced at 4 a.m. I remember I told you that. Yeah, and then we practiced at 4 a.m. It was good. It was good. We were able to do it on the tarmac. And then Saturday, the tarmac still was full of cars, so we could not do it on the tarmac. So we went to the field. And I think then I was ready. The thing that practice gives any person is confidence, yeah? So, and then we were ready. And then on Friday, we bought tires. I bought him 2 new tires. because it's the front tires that I was using up. Yeah, so I bought him 2 new tires. And then one of the reasons we bought the tires, even when we knew we were not going to use them, was one, we had to have tires in the car in case a traffic officer stopped us. Then I would show them, you know what, we have the new tires in the car. We're just driving this because we're going through this and that. So we bought new tires and put them on the car. And then on that very day, I bought new tires for my Ractis as well. My tires were getting worn out, so traffic officers disturbed me a lot. So on that very day, I said, Sigena Gabanguzi, let me go and buy 4 new tires. So I bought 4 new tires on my Ractis as well. So on Saturday, we practiced in the morning at 4, 5, yeah. Could not do the tarmac, but we did the field. And then we got ready. And then I had a team of 2 mechanics with me. And then I had my team, the team that streams. So we're a total team of 8 people that went to Corolla. 2 mechanics, me and my co-driver who was Sekatawa. And then I had a team of 3 people that stayed with the streaming guys. I had one guy that had a phone that was following me, and then I had 3 people that stayed there. 1 person to stay on the time.
Take a picture of you, 3 big glasses, make you an invention. Baby girl, you will rock with me. Give me by my side, you will stuck with me. Girl, it's what I feel inside when you're by my side. Yeah. When you touch me, when you touch me.
Good morning, Ronald M. Kasendwa VIP. That Subaru might actually be like 29, 28. Some bonds even go lower than that. Which it's the cheapest Subaru in the bond. Even the Impreza is like 30. I think the Impreza, the last Impreza we bought was 32, right? Yeah. So that is cheap in the bond. But it's ugly. It's ugly.
Ashes, 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 burn them down. Burn them, burn them, burn them, burn them down. Nabasunga, nawanama, you're my number, what's gonna become my wife? We burn them down, we burn them down. Telling it together, Nabasunga, nawanama, take out the toilet, take out the finger, take out the sola. Every girl you will rock with me, give me my side, you will stuck with me. Girl, it's not a feeling sorry, you know by my side, yeah. It's got you in my life, you know. She done a lot for me. So I do this simple thing for her. That she give me one. Everything she do, give me one, you know. Just a child for that. One day, oh. Okay, man. Yeah. Okay, man. I woke up feeling good, good. I don't know why, but I'm feeling so like I want the whole food. I'm not gonna put on the t-shirt today. Feel like this is today. I make her smile, I make her laugh, laugh, laugh. I make her dance, I make her wine, wine, wine. Feel like everything all comes to me, God. Feel like touching all dance to me, God. I'll make you want to make you want to make you want to. I'll make you smile. I'll make you feel like after that, I'll take you to a place where we will play. But before we play, yeah, yeah, yeah. Feeling good. Jump, 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 jump. Feeling good. Feeling good. Jump, jump.
MK Dental Hub, good morning. Webari kuja. So guys, 29, you can get an Mexican in the bond. Igumba. In the bond. Moradke Momo, no. I think I did 2 videos for my songs. I have 2 videos. Yeah. They're on YouTube. They are there. So anyway, guys, let me share the stories of the inspections. On Thursday. The first inspection was a lady I shared. Remember the day before that we bought a fielder. So I had told you that there was another person I was buying a fielder with in the morning, and yeah, so we met the lady in the morning, and we went to the bond where she wanted to buy the fielder. Now this lady, the thing was too easy because she wanted to buy from one particular bond, yeah. So we went there, and the goal was to buy a fielder. But as we were walking to the fielder, I asked her, why in particular do you want to buy a fielder? Are you a trader, or do you want to use it for something? And she said she did not want to buy the fielder for any particular reason, but she said that she wanted to buy the fielder because it was in her budget, which was, she had been told 34 million, 33, 35 there. And then, because she was a young lady, I asked her, what if you bought the Auris? Because the Auris for a young lady is a sexier car. It's easier to drive. It looks better both inside and outside. Yet it's the same car with the fielder, same engine, yeah, same gearbox. You get some spare parts. Ukanika, for you to maintain the Auris on the road, it's literally the same as as maintaining the fielder. And the Auris was literally the first car on the line. She said, okay, if it's not really out, I could try to look at it. He said, let's open it up for us. They opened the car for us. And look, and it was the first car we saw. There were not other Aurises in that bond. So we saw it and they started it, we checked it, and everything checked out. And yeah, it was it's one car that I was really happy about. We were able to make a very good choice for the lady. The fielder, I want to tell you guys, most of you guys like the fielder, and some of you guys only buy the fielder because the Auris is not available, yeah. But I find that for any young person that's not going to be doing business or trading, buying a car that is as sexy as that Ranex there is better than you buying a fielder. Yes, the fielder has a very good resale value, but there's something that looks good on you. And for this lady, the Auris looked really good on her, and it's going to look really good on her for a very long time. It's a car that she's going, because she's excuse me, she's a young lady. So when we picked the Auris out in Tubagamba, Mujoze, Mulambe, Bichi, and then the lady went to get money. Now my car was blocked because a lot of cars were on the road, yeah. So my car was blocked, so I could not come out. She was given a lift, so she went to pick money. And as she went to pick the money, the next inspection came in, and the next inspection was the gentleman. His target was to buy a car at the budget of 15 million. And he came, and he sat in the car and paid the inspection fee. And then we started chatting, and I told him with 15 million shillings, he asked if he could get a Kaundo. It was impossible. The last Kaundo, the cheapest Kaundo we have ever bought was a 17 million shillings, and it was luck, yeah. So we zeroed down on a Mark X, and then we went out Harrier on the side, that Harrier that we bought. So the gentleman went and sat in the Mark X, and he came out and said, Arthur, I think the Mark X is really small for me. He was a big dude. He said the Mark X is really tiny for me. I don't like how it feels when I sit in. So I asked him, would you look at this Harrier? And he said yes. So he looked at the Harrier, and then we started checking it. Now that particular Harrier, what makes it, the Auris was a 2010. The Auris was a 2010, 1.5. It had a 1 NZ engine. So what makes this Harrier that we bought unique is that it shares the same engine with the Kaundo. It has the 2AZ engine, 2.4 liters. Now, most of those Harriers, the old model Harriers you're going to see, they either have the 5S, 2.2 liter, yeah, or they have the V6 3 liter. And the 5S, when it breaks down, because the 5S is very expensive to replace, they normally put the 3S, which makes it a 2 liter and very weak. So it was unique. And then the other aspect that was unique about that car that gave it the price was that the interior was literally perfect. It had working AC, and it had 3 good tires. So he's going to buy 1 tire. And then the suspension, it had one thing that was Kakubagana, and the seller agreed to deduct 100,000 from the money that we bought to cater for that. And the other unique aspect is that we did not pay all cash. We paid 14 million shillings first installment, and then the gentleman had all the money. He said, I have all the money, but it's good you've gotten me the deal to pay 14 million. So I'm going to use some money to work on the car. And yeah, and by looking at that car, driving it, we drove it, and then we were done with the inspection. So the third inspection came in. It was by someone that had already inspected the car for. The gentleman bought a Kaundo, so he brought his friend. Thank you very much, Brandon. Thank you very much. So he came with his friend. The friend was, the target was to buy a Subaru Impreza used, and the budget was 24 million shillings. Now we looked at an Impreza there at 24 million, and then I took them on the side very fast. I asked them, why are we buying an old Impreza at 24? Yeah, it was a UBL, and most of them were UBLs. So I asked, why are we buying a used Impreza at 24 when we can get a new Impreza at a small extra money? So I said, yes, let's go look at the new. And it's a 2 liter. Yeah, it's a 2 liter. And why did we buy it? most of the Subaru Imprezas 2012 and 2013 in the bond. Now that Impreza was a 2013. The Harrier we bought was a 2002. So most Imprezas in the bond of that year, the model 2012, 2013, don't have eyesight technology. Yeah. And the ones that have eyesight technology are priced at a very high price, 34, 35. Yeah. So, and the gentleman had no problem buying a 2-liter Impreza. So that's how we ended up buying a 2-liter Impreza. And it had eyesight technology. It had a bit of extras here, paddles, shifters, steering controls. Okay, you call it multimedia. It checked everything, yeah. So we looked at it and then went to multiple bonds as well. And after going through all the bonds, we came back and bought this Impreza. And that day, we were able to do the 3 inspections in one. And by the end of the day, I was tired. So with all these people that bought the 2 cars, the Auris and the Harrier, I only went to co-sign and take pictures. And then with the Impreza, I think even the Impreza I co-signed. We paid for the Impreza at around 5:30. We paid for the Impreza at around 4:30, 4:40 there. Because the bank we went to closes at 4:30. Well, the person that bought was one of the last people that entered the bank. And we paid for the car around 5. And then they drove away. And then the next day, the Kurambering was done. Yeah. And then still that day, the Auris Kurambering was done. Yeah. And then on Friday, I had only one inspection. You see, I was engaging with this gentleman for a very long time. And his budget initially was 13, 14. And he wanted to buy like a car of like 18 and then keep it dead. But because I had talked about the Mark II Grand for a very long time, one of the cars he was looking at was a Mark II Grand. But you see, he started chatting with the broker for a very long time. And then the broker made him believe you could get cars like Alex, Ranex, Pasio at 14, 15, which was impossible. But because he was engaging with this broker, he actually sent me a voice note from the broker that told him that he could get the Alex, Ranex, Pasio, Raum at 14, 15, 16. I knew it was impossible. But I say, okay, let's go look at this. And the moment we go to the broker, I made sure so just to be clear, even this gentleman, he sent me his wife, but even this gentleman wanted to buy the car from one particular broker. So we were specific. Arthur, go to this broker, choose the best car for my wife, and then leave. So that's exactly what we did. So the moment we go to the broker, my first question was, you told this gentleman he can get an Alex Sparse blah 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 at 16. And the broker, they have like a group, and the main person said it's impossible. And I played the audio back to him. And then he told the lady, because at that time I was with the lady with 2 gentlemen. He told the lady, it's impossible. You're going to get those cars at around 18, 19. You pay the 14 that you guys have, and you use the balance. You pay the balance later. And they did not want to get a debt. So that's what happened. And yeah, so that's what happened. And we walked. The broker moved us around a lot. But one of the arguments we got was that the lady came with gentlemen that kept saying, you see, I kept telling them, guys, we have to buy the Mark II Grand. It's the car in our budget. Yeah. And the gentleman that came with the lady kept saying we cannot buy the Mark II Grand because the Mark II Grand uses a lot of fuel. I kept telling them that, you know what, guys, the only car we can get in our budget and not have a debt is going to be the Mark II Grand. I kept telling them the only car we can get in our budget and it will be in good condition is the Mark II Grand. And they kept arguing with me. So when they argued with me, I said, you know what, let's just move around. Let's move around. So because they had they were really adamant, they did not want to listen to me. So the broker kept showing us the cars they wanted, but the cars were all out of our league. 18, 17, 18, 17, 18. And me, my job was now just to check. So I think eventually the lady talked to her husband and they relaxed. And then the lady came to me and said, Arthur, now what's your take? Then I told the lady, the only car we are going to get in our budget is going to be a Mark II Grand. I told the lady because she liked the Primo new model, the Primo X. She liked the Spacio. And I thought, because in the beginning there was a confusion. In the beginning, there was a confusion. The gentleman on the other end did not know what a Primo Super is. So he wanted a Primo X, but he kept telling them Primo Super. And then they liked the Primo Super, I think. But then the Primo Super is overpriced. Yeah? The Primo Super is overpriced. So we kept looking at very old Primo Supers at 16, 15, 14. And then the lady kept complaining, and the gentleman that she came with, the driver. And I kept telling them, that's the best that you're going to get with your budget. So, well, until the lady came back to her senses and said, and I told them, you have a car, we are going to buy a Mark II Grand, whether you like it or not. And then as we looked at cars, the broker remembered there was a Mark II Grand UBB. Yeah, that was at, he mentioned the exact price, 14.5. And I asked him, are you sure it's 14.5? Because it was unbelievable. And he said, yes. So we got to the car, checked it, engine checked out, very proper. But let me tell you, sometimes I'm not going to tell you certain things. Nadalanga, in the beginning, you were adamant to listen to me. There are things that I'm going to intentionally. Now I'm going to tell you what I intentionally skipped telling this lady and the gentleman she came with. Now we checked this car and everything checked out. We drove it and the suspension was perfect. The engine was perfect. The gearbox was perfect. The interior was perfect. The exterior was as perfect as you can see it. The AC did not work. The AC did not work. Okay? Dasha, I was waiting for you to allow me to give Starch your number. So, Dash, I give you Starch's number, I give Starch your number. I can give both of you your numbers. Hey. So I give you both your numbers. Asoka ya Asoka. So anyway, we eventually zeroed down on that car. Now, what did I intentionally not tell these people? I intentionally did not tell them that a couple of bulbs were not working in that car. Why? I skipped out that bit because they were going to focus on the non-important. I realized, this is something I've realized in the past. When you get a very good car at a very good price, now people start focusing on the non-important things. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. They start focusing on the non-important things. One, the car was in a very good price range. All the cars that were in 14, the Mark II brands were UAY, UAZ, you get it? And we got a UBB that was a very good number plate, very good engine, very good gearbox, nothing to work on. Right? Even the tires were not so good, but in the budget, that car was a win. You get it? So I intentionally did not tell them that the bulbs, some of them missed. Why? Because they started focusing on the non-important. And sometimes when you focus on the non-important, the person that is selling the car can intentionally decide to say, Mujireke motoka. Or they can decide to increase the price. And this is something that almost happened. Because I went to the broker and the broker said, oversent now you get this. I think he had not seen that car before. You get. And because I've told you time and again, cars are very hard to sell. And people know. Because they are looking for small cars. But for anyone that is looking for a 2-liter vehicle, excuse me, anyone that is looking for a 2-liter vehicle, that Mark II Grand was in top condition. Looking at the cars that they were going to get at 14, looking at, they showed us a Corolla that was very old. They showed us a Primo new model that had a very bad accident history, and the lady really liked it. So if I was not there, they would have bought some of those cars. They showed us a Spacio with 18 million shilling, very bad. There was a Primo Super, UAZ, UAY, ngabajagala million oba abiri wabadde you bidding a million abiri UAZ UAY za 18, and these are cars that the lady would have bought gladly nainga atembi. Now the Mark II Grand is that one car they can sell at 13 to 12 million shillings even when they drive it like 2 years. Watch, because the financial agenda jikorako. So those are the cars that we bought over, and then after we bought that car, I find that when you get a team that is focusing on the non-important, and it will be basumbwa. They went and bought a new battery even when the battery they had was okay. Right? Even when they had the battery they had was okay, but the gentleman gubarita okufuka yabadde yayagala battery mpya. So when the gentleman that bought that car texted me, I told him, you know what? I think your driver wants a new battery. Just get him a new battery. Right? So that's what happened. But I'm happy about all the purchases we made before the Gymkhana, but design Sokola practice. I find that Gymkhana yampamuka pressure, and I was not eating very well. I was running a lot. You know, running gives me a little bit of determination. Yeah, but we perform very well. Kati ababu said Gymkhana. I'm going to go back to the story of the Gymkhana. I think you guys if you have not seen the cars that we bought, go to the post section of this channel. You look at them. You can even go ahead and click the link and look at the full inspection report there. Yeah. Besibuziza konto za Starch Events, Martin Arthur, Madison SPK Driving School, Madison Abuzako. Chikawarif is asking, is there any big difference in terms of fuel economy between a 1.2 liter and a 1.8? Yes, there is. There is a difference. It's not so much, but it is there. Now, the biggest challenge now is most of the times when people are comparing a 2 liter to 1.8 liter, they're comparing an old model 1.8 liter like a Spacio or like a Corolla, Chibina to a 2 liter, to a 2 liter, to a 2 liter, to a 2 liter Mark II Grand, which is a VVTi. Yeah, to a 2 liter. So under those circumstances, if you're comparing the EFI 1.8 liter to a 2 liter VVTi, there is no difference. If you're comparing a 1.8 liter VVTi to a 2 liter VVTi, there is a difference. The difference would probably be like a 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer in fuel economy. If both cars are at the same level, at the same health level. So guys, we don't know the score of the Gymkhana yet. Paul Sema VIP, yes. Yeah, the Auris is a 1.5 liter. George Senkubuge Kazoa BL, Kajambo. Yes, I hope you guys are doing well. Proma Creations, I hope you're okay. Nsimbe, Bands, I hope you're okay. Thank you for being here. Mitidaga, I hope you're okay. Thank you for being here. Martin Arthur, Akiram, Banaga Bantu Bampa Descent Kumacha Kunumweba Nenyo, Morad K Momo, thank you very much. Mr. Komita UG VIP, Morad K Momo VIP, thank you very much for the dime. Mugenda kunga gawaza kangenende kumacha big breakfast. Mr. Komita UG, welcome back, Arthur. Thanks for the surprising performance with an old car. I got 3 questions. Should I wait for Friday? You ask me. Today I'm not even running. Actually, this entire week I'm not going to run. I want to eat, go to the gym, eat, go to the gym so that my muscle comes back. I've not been eating very well. I've not been able to go to the gym because of Gymkhana. Nenjika. Katinda mu gym jagala kubira Chris Fitness to over to get kwata munaye. Someone asked me what is an eyesight technology. Igumba Jonathan, eyesight technology is a technology by Subaru where the car helps you to look and stop when your car is about to knock. It's basically a second driver. If I continue driving and eyesight technology is engaged, the car will brake itself. Era the eyesight technology olaba wane wabera driving mirror wabawo ebintu ebiringa amaaso bibira side bidi. So they help you. Stephen Bakisula, hi, how are you? I did not go to mock anyone. I just went there to drive and have fun. And I had fun. So I'm waiting for your question, Mr. Commuter UG. Tani Samuel, Funny Lifestyle, Nabasa Stewart, Babide Barbara. But Arthur, you're such a great marketer. I noticed this during this the Corolla show. You intentionally took an old car to outperform the shiny rags. Those guys are actually good drivers. They're good drivers. I think for them they focus on having fun other than actually doing it right. And me, my goal was doing it right. Yeah. So I practiced a lot. Not too much, but I practiced every chance I would get, to the point of going home at 3 a.m. Yeah. Sometimes I would practice when I'm sleepy. Yeah. Ani ali wanamanyi oluzungu mu byuma bya kukanika. Mulaba omutayimbo oguberako ogwa CV joint ogenda mu kigulu oguva mu kanege. I broke it. Let me see if I have a picture to show you. I broke that mutayimbo when I was practicing Gymkhana, and that tegumenye kogo mutayimbo. I have never seen it break. Ne Arthur nakiriza ku steering wheel oli mulalamu. Wakubye namukedde ekigere kato mukutuli. And guys, I smoked that car the first day I did practice. So so now we have a program. I'm going to give him a new engine, not a new engine. I have a spare engine for that car. So on the Kula Focus convention, we are going to overhaul an engine. We have another one NZ engine. Convention, one of the demonstrations we are going to have is a demonstration of overhauling an engine. Ela, we are going to overhaul the one NZ engine that got out of that car to jiteke namukade that very day. Kumacha as you come, the mechanic or the group of mechanics that are going to be working on that car, bagenda kubera unga basibanyi engine eyo eya namukade. At the end of the day, bajizemu emotoke yake on that very day. So we're going to have a lot of things there. One of the things that we're going to have is actually overhauling a VVTI engine inga mulaba. So don't miss. Good morning, Gymkhana King. But Arthur, ogenda tuguza namukadde kumpaka. Namukadde tetundibwa. Namukadde mujiveko tuje nyumiro ya family kati. SPK bananga bakutreasuringa nnyo. But the person I treasure so much here, handle her with care. Bambi, she has phobia when driving. Anangi. Onumana wa boda yagala kurubula muroka yange. Ati sebe plywood uyu. Banzin Simbe, how are you? Martin Arthur, hi. How are you? Promac, the 2-liter Impreza was a perfect buy. Very good buy. Nakate Christine, how are you? Please share the Gymkhana scores when they are out. Your performance was okay. Hi Karim. So actually, we had an accident at the end. One of the MCs, mkwanu gwa fono gutubera kuchimeza, bamutomedde. Duncan bamutomedde. One of the drift cars yamunyigidde ku moroka endala. It's very sad that happened, but teyafunye internal injury, teyafunye fracture, surprisingly. And I am going to talk to him. I tried to call him yesterday and his phone was off. And then I woke up to a text message from him. He sent me that message at 3 a.m. Yeah, he's okay. So I'm going to call him and then we'll see. I look forward to having him on the Chimeza again on Friday. And then I want to see what these guys have to say. You guys, but I can tell you that on day one when I drove, Mad Dogo, Yesoka na asirika na mubad. Gachara bakutraka tachikiriza. Gachara bakutraka takorachi. Tachikiriza. Martin Arthur, you were in the village. Oh, sorry. Who is responsible for the damages? Like I saw one of the skid cars hit a guy. Actually, the skid car here hitting the Duncan. It wasn't actually attempting to park. I think the guy just lost control of the car. So the thing that is happening with Duncan is a staff of the auto show. So the auto show is going to take care of him. He was at work. Now, on the other hand, when the car hits an audience member, and the audience member is in a place where there was a demarcation, you're not supposed to be there, then no one is actually responsible. You're supposed to go and take care of yourself. You get because there was a safety marshals. Safety marshal were telling people, don't cross, stay here, do that. So if the car hits you at a rally from a place that was demarcated for cars and not for people, no one is responsible. The rally driver is not responsible. The organizer is not responsible. You are responsible. You get I think, Mr. Komitayuji, that's question number 1. And there are cars that actually went off the track but had to call Gymkhana. So Duncan is okay for now. I've not yet talked to him. I'm going to call him after the broadcast and I see how he is. But it's from what I've heard, he's okay. The scores might actually be out today, the Gymkhana scores. So after the Duncan accident, the event was closed. So that marked the end. The drugs were not done. So after that incident, event never got out. Yeah. Alozia Smithy, how are you? Arthur, is there a video of you driving Gymkhana? There is a video, but there is no clip of me inside. I did not have a GoPro, so there is not. Next time better. Next time we'll have a GoPro, a couple of GoPros. But I'm going to drive again. And next time I'll do better. I'll have a more powerful car. Probably the Namcad will be modified a little. This time it wasn't modified. Some people on my team don't feel very good about me driving. They don't want me to drive. Mbono, it's dangerous. But when I'm driving, they are excited. Before I drive, they don't want me to be there. Hey, you drove like a rally driver. As I always tell us, VVTI engines are not overhauled. I used to say that, but now Abana Batanso's overhauling, and my first show of that is going to be on the convention. Bagenaji overhauling Muraba. So that entire day, the guys are going to be overhauling. But the process of taking this engine apart is also going to be documented. And then on the convention, you will see the old engine. Okay, then they will overhaul the engine that's going to be put in the Angamuraba, and then they will put it back in the Namukade, and it will start that day. So, guys, for the people that were not planning to come to the convention, you should come. Probably, if you have your car and you want it overhauled, that day you're going to see people that are good at overhauling, and you'll give them business. Yeah. Arthur, can I get a Subaru Impreza like Forester, like 2007 model at 20 million? Yeah, that's good money. That's good money. Probably even newer. I want tickets. Yes, Christine. You can call. There is a number that I've been sharing with you guys. The number you can call to get to book your tickets. You can talk to that lady and tell her I want to book a ticket. The number for you to call is 0760 045 116. That number is also in my names. So if that lady asks you to put money, don't worry, you can put money there. The number is 0760 045 116. And guys, remember, we are selling only 200 tickets. When those tickets are done, we are going to close the sale. We want to prepare for you guys. We want to prepare for you guys properly. We want to prepare for you guys properly to make sure that that everything is on course. We are going to prepare food for you. We are going to prepare drinks for you. Yeah, and we have a lot of engaging games there. Something that I saw that misses at a lot of auto shows. And because this is about you, we're going to have a lot of demonstrations, a lot of learning, a lot of games, a lot of contests. And you guys will have fun. Yeah, you guys, let me repeat the number for ticket booking: 0760 045 116. 0 musanvu mukaga 0 0 nyatano emu mukaga 0 musanvu mukaga 0 0 nyatano mukaaga. What happens if a car is driven on bare wheels? Like I saw Manjo, the guy drifted until tires burst. That's the game. But I know that the auto show organizers are going to pay Kololo for some of those damages. Yeah, they have an arrangement. The auto show organizers have an arrangement with the venue. That's why they kept saying, "Don't drive on the pavers. Don't drive on the pavers," because the last auto show, guys were drifting on pavers and they got some trouble with the venue. Yeah, so that when that happens, because Manjo was paid by the organizers as a drifter, or so he came because he was sponsored to come and drift. So the auto show now has to pay Kololo, the venue, for repairs. Did you put tabo in Namukade? Nedda. Namukade doesn't have a tabo. The only modification we put on the Namukade was that we gave it, we put out its silencer and gave it sound. It needed to sound the part, yeah. So that's the only thing we did. So we put a muffler. We put a muffler on that car. That's the only thing we did. It had its own engine. Actually, I drove the Namukade with a smoking engine. I'm sure you guys saw it. It was smoking. Kati, my brother is going to drive that car like that until the convention, when we put in another engine for him. Are there any sort of permits from NEMA given to such events? Because there is some bit of pollution. I don't know about that, but I'm thinking yes. I'm thinking there are permits that are given, because even the events that have sound, like the events that happen at like Serena, they are given permits. So I'm thinking yes. I'm not sure about that, but I'm thinking yes. Good morning, President Antonio. Wanda be president. Wanda be after, if you start driving the Subaru, the guys will hate you because you're more. Don't drive. Mbiveko. Mbareke sidayo. The Subaru guys will hate me. Yesterday I saw cars that broke down. The day one, there's a Golf that blew a turbo on day one. The Golf that won, the Golf that was the best on day one, blew a turbo. Yesterday, I think, and then on day one, I also saw a Mazda that lost a clutch. The Mazda did not come back on day two. And then there was also, I think, was it a BMW that went off the track? And then yesterday, I think Engineer Ryan lost a clutch as well at the end of the track. He losing the clutch. How does ISIS compare to Mark II Grand? The ISIS is 1.8. No, the ISIS is 2 liter as well. It has a 2 liter engine. It has more seats than the Mark II Grand. I'll definitely choose the ISIS. The car that went off the track was a BMW. The BMW, it went off the track. Mr. Arthur, you really love cars, I have realized. Well, I don't love them to the extent that I want to race, but I love the adrenaline that I got from that thing. But you see, racing, whether it's street racing or normal racing, or professional racing, it's very expensive. I'm going to break down the cost of what I invested in that race, and then you will see. And then, of course, that includes, I'm going to include the cost of overhauling the engine that we're going to put in the Namukade. So that you guys will see. For the guys that have wanted to take part in those people think that it's just as a matter of you going and driving, yeah? I mean, a bands in Simbe. Nakura yurunji ka performance massive. Amina. Live from Kabale district, Western Uganda. I'm one of those having you drive races. I may not go back. I'm going to sit down with my team, obviously, and we are going to talk about it, and then they'll tell me whether they want me to go back again. Now, guys, I want you to understand, one of the reasons we went to that race was to make publicity for the convention. Yeah, I did not go there to actually win. I knew I stood a chance, but I did not go there to win. I wanted for people to know that we had an event that is coming up, and also to create more vibe for our channel as well. But yeah, it's not like I naturally I don't think I'm one of the people that want to take part. Everyone was scared. I had someone, a big man that came with us. He went there just to see if I can do it. Unfortunately, the time did not. We started late and he did not watch. But for him, uh, he went there and it worked. Yeah, if had the races are risky, I wouldn't let my husband go. Start your holiday. Now this mind Namukade so kumarako. And guys, I'll tell you one thing. Namukade did not break down at any one moment. It did not break down at any one moment. Of course, in the beginning, the very first race, nakuyeka pavement. Nakuyeka pavement. But and then I blew a tire. It not really blow, but on Sunday in the morning we realized it had a crack, so we changed and put another tire. You're very practical. I thought you'd choose the Grand over the ISIS, being the Grand is a bit executive. No. The ISIS delivers more value. Okay, Stephen, we are going to work on that, the brand registration. We are even going to get a trademark, so don't worry. We are going to get a trademark as well. But trademarking is expensive, but we're going to get a trademark. So anyway, guys, that's what happened. So let me break down the expenses for the for Gymkhana. How much did I invest in this thing? One, for starters, I did not buy the muffler. I'm going to pay for it because I want to put it on the Starlet. I hadn't paid for it. And to install the muffler on the Corolla, I have so far spent 50,000. I think I'm going to spend another 50,000 because we have to put it off. We have to put it off and replace the silencer, the original silencer for the Corolla. So I'm going to pay some extra money. So 100,000 for the muffler, for installing the muffler. I spent around 500,000 working on the suspension of the Corolla. It had some very, very bad suspension. That's 600 now. Yeah, I spent 320,000 on the tires. Yeah, how much is that now? So 100,000 for the muffler, 100,000 for the muffler. I spent 500,000 on the suspension. 500,000 on the suspension. I spent 320,000 two tires that I bought to replace the tires we spoiled. We spent we're going to spend about 1 million shillings on the overhauling of the engine. The engine we're going to put in there. Yeah. Because that's also an expense of the Gymkhana. If that car hadn't gone to the Gymkhana, the engine would not be smoking. It might be less because I'm going to buy the spares myself and I'll pay the mechanics for labor. Yeah. What else did we spend on? We spent 100,000 on the stickers, printing alone because we put them ourselves. 100,000 on the stickers. 100,000 on the stickers, and then we spent what did we spend on? What else? Food. We spent 200,000 on food for the 2 days. 200,000 on the food for the entire team. And what else did we spend on? I spent 300,000 on the transport allowances for the team for the 2 days. 300,000 for transport allowance for the teams on the 2 days. And I spent about 50,000 paying for rehearsal venues. And I spent 120,000 on the fuel for the 2 days of the Gymkhana. And then I spent about 150,000 on the fuel for the practice. Yeah. What was I not CBA? I did not pay for any tickets at the auto show because my team was given tickets. What else did I spend on? So that's around 2,840,000 shillings. Yeah. 2,840,000 shillings. That's the money we spent at the Gymkhana for the cause of the Gymkhana. Yeah. And then let's deduct 20,000 because the 20,000 was given back to us by someone. A gentleman phoned me at the venue yesterday and gave me 20,000 shillings. So we spent 2,820,000. So that's how expensive racing is. Now, I happen to know people that spent more. Yeah. I spent 200,000 for the registration on the Gymkhana. So that means we spent 3,020,000 shillings. 3,020,000 shillings for the Gymkhana. 3,040,000 shillings to be precise. When you take off the 20, yeah, that's. So we spent 3 million, more than 3 million for the Gymkhana event. So that's how expensive racing is. Now, just imagine a person that goes to a rally and they are using a real rally car that uses special fuel. And the rally is taking like 4 days and they have to drive every day. So every day they have to change tires. Yeah. Every day they have to replace the tires they have with new tires. And every day they spend fuel. So you'll find that every day they probably spend a full tank of fuel. Yeah. So when people that do rally driving say, let us fundraise for our performance, please always, if you support a certain team, you can go ahead and fundraise for them. Balabenga nabo bamara kowe. Kati I'm telling you that team ya Rwakataka ojja kwesanga ngisobola okubanga spending $1 nga 2 kwa 3 to make sure that they take part in those. And guys, you need to understand that in those rallies, those guys don't get any money. They don't get any money. Bafuna trophies in Jerede. Atebe basasula the motorsport organization, but they basasula organizer. Like for us to be part of the Gymkhana, everyone paid 200,000 shillings. Yeah, and of course, when you pay 200,000, your entire team enters for free. Yeah, and then me, I also had a media team that entered for free. But then you feed your people when they come in. So it's purely a game of passion. It's not a game that people go and get. I'm a good cost accountant. Thank you very much, Stephen. Henry Modern Juice agamba oraba namukadde didn't end on the Harrier. Namukadde yavude yonge evuga. Actually, yesterday I can tell you good news. Yesterday when we came from Gymkhana, twajeko stickers affe muto wange navuga in a trip ya Uber. Oba vuze trip bili za Uber. Kati mumberenga muchimanyi nti namukadde is still in very good condition. So guys, I would like to invite sponsors now. Muje mu advertising mu magazine yaffe, muje mu advertising ku event yaffe, La Focus Convention. If you advertise in the magazine, you automatically get a lot of publicity on the channel, a lot of publicity on TikTok and YouTube. And we can also visit you and then you show people what you got. Do you use FIA certified helmets for Gymkhana, like in Motorsport, MotoGP, or they are not necessary? They are not really necessary. Everyone just had the helmets. As long as you had a helmet. We even lent people our helmets. On day one, we borrowed helmets from bikers. We did not have helmets. We were not like Namoka the helmets. It doesn't even have like the cage, the roll cage. So helmet protecting a motwe. Moroka we rolling over with the So I think it's the Rakatakas that have to use those certified helmets, certified gear. I think certified gear are certified cars, yeah. But the rest of us, when we tried them in Gymkhana, tried to limukulia swagger. Okay. So anyway, guys, that's what happened over the week. I'm happy now. I'm relaxed. Katukena kora katanso concentrating ku La Focus Convention. Katsagara program mundala yone nyingiramu. Guys, tell a friend to tell a friend so that our event is successful. We have a lot of good things planned for you guys. Kijja kuba kibinyo kuba abantu banga ba YouTube ngate muze. Nze wembanjo gira ngamba nze abala nemwe mutajja nyina abantu banga ba YouTube abagendo okujja banyumirwe naffe. Some of you guys should come and we take a group pic. You should come and then we network, and then as we do this event will be also planning for the next event. Right? And then as we were sitting in the meeting with my team, we decided that it's the physical publication, Ororo Papura, we're going to published once a year. We're going to have virtual publications quarterly. We'll be having a virtual publication that you guys can download and read. So we have an entire team that is going to be collecting that news for you. Bagateke wamu magazine, and you'll be enjoying. You took TikTok by storm. Yeah, I had. Someone even lied to me about done it at N14 to do the drag race. Nenga ali jinja murari. Simanyi lwaki bakyali bangolumba nimba. Simanyidde ddala. Primo Super 16 million is available. Ndoza mulabye. Babide Babra uya atunda Primo Super 16. Moroko bo babuseera. After everyone was astonished when they saw that car, when they said Namukade smoked, pressure goes up. Namukade smoked nga tuli mu rehearsal. Namukade smoking nga tuli mu practice. So for me seeing Namukade smoke yesterday was nothing. It didn't even do half of what I expected it to do. I expected that engine to seize. Najiri nye. If you guys go back and see the video, you see my co-driver holding onto the door. He was trying to be safe. When you're driving, you can't listen to anyone. I was not hearing anything. The only thing I was listening to is the sound of the engine. The sound of the engine. Yesterday, on the first turn, the first drum, when we were doing the first roundabout, that shows you the importance of a co-driver. Then my co-driver nangambo limu number B. Then you shifting at number 1. And now if you look at that video and you see at the first roundabout, you realize that for some few seconds we had lost power. And then we picked up as we were finishing the roundabout. So that's what happens there. At that moment, so I hope you guys had fun. I hope we bought good cars. Inspection now, never dengo bongo wangu Gymkhana. So like for the past I think my brain has been there. The first process was me finding a car which failed, and when it failed, the tugamo manyi tukose Corolla ya fail. And then in the first phase, I tried to get someone to modify the computer to give it more power, but then that meant we had to get a different ECU. Itunonya computer kampala nebula. Osegera kuba computer ye moroka yange Corolla na mukadde unique. So nga buli computer je bali itatekola. Ekyo nenchibako ne manya kiganye. Okitegera. Then I thought, what else can I do? Should I then we got the spare engine we had and wanted to forge it, and then that's when that engine smoked. Your engine we are smoking. Mukama wange wasubidwa. Wasubidwa walabye ne waddu seyo mangu. Tasoka kulaba nidio kengene. Are you sure? Ne wachira yene moroke malako. Kulikayo. Tebana tugamba egro wabadde wa accident ekiro ne basazaamu. Kati bagenda bulira leero. MC yenyine gwe banyigide ku moroka. Ani? MC yenyine. Gwe banyigide moroka. Bombi ababiri ani? Omunene. Duncan, naye ali bulungi teyafunye fractures. Katulina scores. Afande. Champion here. How are you? No. So you see, that Afande there, lulitwali mukisawe nga tuvuga. That Afande was doing us very well. Wano mu parking nga tujja sawa za 10. Afuba okulaba nga abemoroka bagenda okusuza oba parking nga gye practice. And then we came and practiced. Now, the last day, Saturday, I think. Saturday, the practicing la mukisawe wali yali etonye. Ebisoto nga gye biri Afande naayita sekataba na you come now, don't go back there. Now see what you have done. So, but for us to have to permission here, and yeah, but we did well. I think we did well. Guys, thank you very much for the support. I'd like to invite you to the convention. Mulete family yonna baje balabe Right now you can book your tickets. Let me read the number again for you to call and book your tickets. 0760 045 116 0 mukaga 00 nyatano emwemu mukaga. So when that person tells you to send money, please send the money. That number is also in my name. Immediately when you send the money, you're going to be getting the receipt. The tickets are going to be out very soon, but for now we are giving you a receipt, and then when the ticket comes out, the receipt will be used to see that you actually paid. Yeah. Everyone was surprised about the Namkade. After I really put on a very nice performance, well done. Mad dog yakiriza. Duncan Kamukubide. I'm sending my brother on 30th. I personally can't make it. I mean, I've asked David Kraji. Thank you very much. Anyway, guys, Kamba Sibuli. Now I'm going to eat. I have to eat protein. Katinga kubiende Chris Fitness. Tuwa antwala ko mu gym. Ngene nkwate mu ko mu cyuma nzizewo masu zange. Buli muntu ku team yangangamba nayise. Atho obadde tolya. Atho obadde tewebaka. Bogira. That's David Kraji. Wala bichi VIP Carota Uganda travel live vlog. Abali Mukamori, I don't take you for granted in Magic Zant. I do pre-purchase inspection. If you're buying a car and you need a guardian angel, someone to help you make a good choice, I am your man. I come with a mechanic, and together we make sure that you get a good car for your budget. I also sell car tracking devices. In case you guys, yesterday at Corolla, I saw 2 people who said their cars were stolen. Put tracking devices in your car. Eventually, biwa katonda yatuwa obwongo. Buy tracking devices from Africa. Peter Chamba, the Travel Live Vlog, Farmers Files, Hasmat, Jonathan Semuwanga, Jones Info, Historical Norman, Kambesije, Mokisa Emma Kafero, Paul Sema VIP, Pascal Emma VIP, bonsoir, Dasha 256 official, Morad K Momo VIP, thank you very much for the dime. I'm going to eat heavy breakfast. Julia Sengova, Muyombia Mark, Igumba Jonathan, Ivan Namanda, Ronald Mucha, Lawrence Omule, Hussein Munyanto, Ali Chikawa, Ricky, Richard Aki, Musarwa Derek, Walugembe Geoffrey, Jan Matthias, John Jones, Joshua Eden Farm, Mr. Komita UGVIP, thank you very much for the dime. I'm going to eat a very heavy breakfast. Stephen Bachisura, Aijuka Blair, Henry Modern Juice, Bennett Musafiri, Kawuchi Brian, MK Dental Hub, Mr. Flingalingalin, Nabasa Stewart, Ntale Samuel, Sekamate Keith, 12-day Mujimkana, Babile Barbara, Chairman Zach, Chairman Wabakamori, Yusuf Minaj YMS Investments Limited, Fahad Lubuka, Nectar, Akiram, Banz Nsimbe, Chika Wariki, Proma Creations, Kazoba BL, Akatuhurira Boaz, Ben Kako, Alozias Miti, Martin Arthur, Miti Daga, Munoza Sibamazeyo, Uchunguzi Gerald, of course, SPK Driving School. Bana mugene SPK mfune permit muyigena okuvuga. Felix Ariatungisa, how is Kabale? Jonathan Semwanga nakumaze. Ndabikanga bamaze banange. President Antonio Random Things. Guys, I wish you a very lovely day. I'll see you tomorrow on Market Tuesday. May the good God bless you. Ciao.